If you study the seerah with specific focus on his daily and regular routines, it is an eye-opener. How meticulous he was in planning every aspect of his day, how he prioritized tasks, how serious he was about keeping his word, and how he kept his speech precise and not indulging in idle talk. Here are 5 lessons on time management that we can draw from the Prophet's enormously productive and purpose-driven life.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
Be an earlier riser. The Prophet said, "O Allah, bless my nation in their early mornings," by Ibn Majah. Schedule your important tasks earlier in the day, especially those which require mental exercise, and watch the blessings from Allah do the magic. Make waking up early a reward. Yes, it might seem at first that you are forcing yourself to do something hard, but if you make it pleasurable, soon you will look forward to waking up early. A good reward is to make a hot cup of coffee or tea and read a book. Other rewards might be a tasty treat for breakfast, smoothies, yummy, or watching the sunrise or meditating. Find something that's pleasurable for you and allow yourself to do it as part of your morning routine. Early to wake up means earlier for you to come to your lecture. Do not spoil your teacher's mood, as some of them are considerate on how you attend his or her class.
Schedule your day around the 5 daily prayers. The discipline to give up all your work and life's distractions to perform salah strengthens your willpower to live a purposed life. Just as you endeavor to be punctual for meetings with your colleges or project teammates, you should perform your salah on time. No compromises. While some of us who are students or working professionals may find it difficult to pray on time, we can overcome this by discussing the issue with your colleagues or friends. Once you have fulfilled your most important obligation, the rest will become easy for you. Missing the time for prayer means leaving the prayer until the time is over and one has not prayed. This is a major sin, unless that is for a legitimate excuse such as sleeping or forgetting.
Prioritize and be consistent. If we look into the seerah, we can deduce that the Prophet's day was divided into 3 main parts. Firstly, spiritual development. This was the time he dedicated solely to Allah. It was typically the late part of the night when the Prophet will recharge himself spiritually for the next day and boost his resolve to face the challenges in his mission. It was during the night that he engaged in intimate communication with his Lord, the source of all strength and empowerment, through Qiyam night prayer, dua supplication, and zikr. Next, family affairs. The Prophet was consistent in making time for family matters. And lastly, personal or social affairs, he consistently made time for his companions, so no one felt neglected or had their affairs swept under the carpet. This was the time when men and women would come with their personal, marital, financial, spiritual, and even health problems. This is when he will receive delegations from other nations and faiths or attend to nerve-wracking issues of politics, conflicts, and leadership. Figure out the real priorities in your life. What is worth spending an hour on? What comes first? What is a must-do and what is good to do? Allocate time consistently to activities that matter. Unless you plan for and schedule time for community work, studies or attending to parents, your spouse or children on a daily basis, they are not considered important enough to you. Chances are you will eventually start neglecting these high priority actions.
Once the Prophet offered the Asr prayer, and then hurriedly went to his house and returned immediately. Someone asked him as to what was the matter, and he said, "I left at home a piece of gold which was from the charity, and I disliked to let it remain a night in my house, so I got it distributed." Prophet Muhammad ﷺ had a sense of urgency in doing good and warned others against procrastination. Allah, glorified and exalted, has called to hastening to performing righteous deeds and to compete in what He has of the plentiful retribution and blessings. Procrastinators do not appreciate time nor the means and the opportunities that Allah gives them to be productive. Each day has its own share of work, and each time has its own share of obligations. Therefore, in the Prophet's life, there was no such thing as idle time.
Honoring the time of others. Prophet Muhammad was sensitive to his companions' time and needs. His khutbah sermons were brief, concise and powerful, aimed to arrive for meetings, classes and events 10 minutes before they are scheduled to start. If you are running late, inform the other parties. Honoring others' time is part of fulfilling your promise. Breaking a promise not only causes inconvenience to others, but also causes to lose their respect. Honoring the time of others can increase societal ties as well as unite an entire community. Most importantly, God commands Muslims to be hospitable to neighbors and guests. There is a great reward in doing so. Hospitality in Islam covers many different areas in addition to the hospitality that we show guests who visit our homes. Our attitude towards time indicates our attitude towards the value of the capital of life.
That is why the Quran teaches us to value the time we have before life is up.
We are born in time, live in time, and die in time. Time is the gear in which we operate. What we do with time is what we do with our lives.
The more we remind ourselves of the responsibility of the present, the better we get at living the moment, and the better we live the present moment, the better the consequence for the future.
Each one must realize that every moment that passes by is an opportunity gained, used or abused, never to return. Soon time will be up and we'll have to leave this physical world and give account for our lives.
Time is the measure of life. Time is an amanah, trust. Time is a gift from the Creator, and its proper use will determine our outcome for eternity.